We're talking with Arinze Chance after the Gamecock opener and kind of moving forward towards the meet in New York this next weekend. Talking about this victory you had in the 300. You didn't quite get to that PR, but you had a really good time, 33:08 in that 300. How was it? Getting that first race under your feet, kind of coming back and with the indoor season. I know this is gonna be the only meet we have you, or the only season we have you for this year. But how exciting was that to kind of get back out there?
Well, first of all, it's always a great opportunity to compete at home in front of the home fans, whether the Gamecock fans or school surrounding areas. It was great for me just getting out there, getting the feathers ruffled a bit. There's a pun intended. But it was definitely a good meet for me. I really wanted to get a little faster than that, but nonetheless, I'm thankful for it, and I look forward for the future races to come.
And then you also ran in the 4x4 on Saturday as well, and you split open with a really fast time. I think you're supposed about 46. Talk a little bit about the 4x4 and how nice it was to get back on that. I know you're kind of one of the older guys too with the 4x4. How'd that feel to kind of be the lead dog?
I mean, we've been working hard as a group all fall, and I know the guys, they were excited to have me back to compete. It was good as well. The first race is usually a bit of a tension there involved with it, but we did well. I executed as the coaches would have requested of me, and I'm proud that I was able to get such a fast time on the first opener. Also, I'm looking forward to the 400 next week in New York, because that would be my first open 400 for the season, and I'm looking forward to see where I get with that.
I talked a little bit about you're kind of one of the older guys. I know Quincy didn't run the 4x4 this weekend or anything like that, but how do you handle kind of these younger guys underneath you, and how do they work with you, and do they ask you questions at practice, or how have you been working with them so far?
I mean, these guys may be younger, but they're very responsible, very mature as well. They handle their work. I do what I have to do, and I think it kind of like catapults the entire team into going in the right direction. So usually being the lead off, I take most of the responsibility of ensuring that we get ahead, that we have a good time, that everybody, the team's ante is up, and, that we're working towards a specific goal. But apart from that, I can't help them on their legs, and they help themselves. So it wasn't like an Arinze effort or, oh, I'm the older guy and everything. It was just a collective effort, and the guys, they did what they had to do.
And talking about specifically the time, 3:09:27, early season time, but I think it's pretty good. A lot of the coaches are impressed with that early year time. I know we have a lot more goals and a lot more time to drop, but talk about the time specifically and how you like that to be this early.
Yeah, I mean, 3:09 is definitely a good time. I think we're, number 5 right now in the nation. There's a good place to be after just the first race. But I know we got a lot more improvement to do. The guys, certain things that we have to tighten up on the races. We got to fix the order a little bit. I mean, things that the coaches and the technical team, they would deal with. We just got to run. I know when Quincy comes back, it's going to be more excitement as well. With Quincy, being SEC indoor and outdoor champion and NCAA champion in the 400 hurdles. So we got a lot in store, and we're excited to show everyone what we've been working on.
Awesome. And now moving forward with New York, I know you said you're going to be running the Open 4, and you won that last year as well. And then also you were a participant in the 4x4 team that won that race last year. How exciting is it to get to that meet in New York City, the big stage, I guess you could call it, and getting back over there?
New York is amazing. Last year being my first experience here, because I missed it when it was my first year here. The crowd is amazing. I love performing in front of big crowds. So winning that 400 last year was definitely something worth remembering. This year, going back with hopes of retaining that championship. Also, with the 4x4, the guys were going to work hard as well. We got really great practice sessions coming up just before we leave. But for sure, I'm looking forward for New York, just like Penn Relays. It's always one of those meets that we go to just to showcase to the entire country, because it's televised, to showcase to the entire country what we do here in South Carolina.
Awesome. And then talk a little bit about just the, being in New York City. I know the meet isn't all day long, so you get a little chance to go out and look at the city. How exciting is it to, be in a program that you guys get to go to these big cities and experience some, big time stuff?
Yeah, I mean, New York, you have a lot of Caribbean people in New York. This is the first thing. A lot of my family in New York as well, so I get that family support. But for sure, the tourist sites. You go in downtown Manhattan, you get to see the city lights and everything in the night. All that is fantastic. So apart from just going to compete, there is the whole aspect of being in New York. I mean, living in South Carolina, we don't have all the tourist attractions and everything else like New York. So we get to go see different cultures, experience different foods and everything else like that. So New York, apart from competing and we have some time for fun, and I appreciate that, especially from the coach's perspective. Giving us that opportunity to go there. So I'm looking forward to New York.